Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another rendition of No Holds Barred. Yes, the return of this little review-y... Well, it's not really a review, it's more of a thoughts video on just whatever game I've been playing on the channel. And today, as you can tell, is... one of these days... The Outer Worlds. And what a game this is. I'm going to say it out right now, this is my game of the year. This is also, well, it's easily clocked in as one of my top 5 games of all time. It is just an amazing game, and I have fallen so utterly in love with it. I know I say that about most games, but there's Fire Emblem, Three Houses, and then there's the Outer Worlds. It's just this game. I must admit, when I first saw it, it was, yeah, okay, that trailer's quite funny. It looks interesting. It's by Obsidian. It's following the same ilk as Fallout New Vegas. We'll give it a shot. Didn't really fall much onto the hype train as it was coming up. Saw the opening cutscene on Carnage's channel when it first dropped. Decided, yeah, okay, I'll give it a shot. So glad I did. This game has renewed... It's not even renewed, it's just... It's formed a love in me for the first-person RPGs. I enjoyed Fallout New Vegas. I wouldn't call it groundbreaking, I wouldn't call it a brilliant game. It's not even in my top 5, but... It was a good game. I enjoyed it. But this is just it's funny. It's brilliantly written. The story I found the story brilliant. I loved the side quests. I loved the companions. The companions just brilliant. And I loved all the companion quests. I did all the side missions that I could find. I hope I got all of them. And some of the choices really hit you. One of the first choices you make in the Emerald Vale. I think it's the Emerald Vale. I get confused between that and the place in Mr. Pandaria. Anyway, one of the first choices you make is just a binary choice. You can either pump power to one place or to another. And the one I did, I came back to a town and I just, apart from it, we had no power. You discover so many little things that you weren't expecting to happen, and it's a bit of a sucker punch to the gut, really. It's just. And you watch all the colonies grow, and then you come to the end of it, and it's just... I'm not going to spoil it, because I don't want to spoil it, and I'm not going to. It's just... Play this game. If you are able to. If you have the disposable income available, get this game. It's even coming out on Switch, so there you go. Graphics-wise, it's a pretty game. I liked it. Would I call it the most beautiful game ever made? No, probably not. But it... Thanks, Alexa. Should turn off. Where was I before? Anyway, yes, beautiful game. Stunning visuals, stunning skyboxes. The skyboxes are absolutely beautiful. One of the first things I said when I landed on the first world in the game is just I looked up and there's this gas giant in the sky and the rings over you, and it was very Halo-esque to me, and it's just. Character models are good. Character models are brilliantly made. They all have individual characteristics. You can tell in some places where they cut them, it's cookie cutter, just copy and paste like guards and stuff. But all the interactable NPCs, all the ones you have dialogue and conversation with, they all look unique, and that's a nice touch. Music-wise, well, you can hear the main theme here. There's not a lot of music in the game. A lot of it's sort of an ambience going on, but when you have got music, well, it has that much more impact. This main theme, by the way, is easily now one of my favourite pieces in game music. It's just such a beautiful tune. It's brilliantly orchestrated as well, but that aside, I won't call the game perfect, however. There are things about this game that could do with some improvement. For example, side quests. I think they could have done a better job with the side quests. I wouldn't have minded being able to select multiple side quests on my HUD at a time. I would have also liked a little box in the window, a corner box, to just say what active quests I had on at that point in time. You've got a compass which shows you things, but I really didn't find myself using it all that often. Gear as well, a lot of the armor I got... Maybe it's just me, maybe I'm being a dingus or I wasn't paying enough attention, but for me, pretty much all the armor I got either favoured stealth or one-handed melee. And considering I'm playing a ranged character with low stealth, that had very little application to me. So maybe a wider range on just loot rolls would be quite nice. Maybe a few more searching options. Though in the inventory you are able to set things. It's a nice touch where you can set standard stuff, name, weight, value, but you can also get value to weight, which is also good because it means that it makes it easier to sell stuff to sell stuff onto the vendors and vending machines. A lot of them in this game. Another additional I quite like, you're able to re-roll your specs. Don't know if that's in the Fallout games, maybe I never found it, but I've never encountered it. So you're able to re-roll the specs on your character. It goes up every time the cost of doing it goes up every time you do it, but the fact that you were able to use it, which was good for me because at the end of the game I found myself basically failing persuasion checks, so I went back and I respec'd it. I may have knackered myself with hacking and other bits and pieces, but that's alright because I can go and respec it again if I so wish. Anything else I didn't like? Yeah, I did say I was going to talk about stuff I didn't like about the game, and I've just gone on about the stuff I enjoyed about it. No, apart from some GUI options, just setting yeah, so apart from better armor rolls and a bit of an improvement to the HUD, I'm struggling to find anything to actually complain about. The game didn't outstay its welcome. It was a decent... I'm okay with 100-hour plus games, but at the same time, it was nice to get into something that was at least half the length of that. It didn't outstay its welcome. It told its story, it entertained, and it ended on a beautiful note. And we've got the mosaic endings back from like in Fallout New Vegas, and that's brilliant because I love seeing how it's not one broad brush across everything. It actually tells you how you impacted everywhere in the game. And that's brilliant. And I think, unless I can think of anything else, that's it. Go buy this game. Give it a try. You won't be disappointed. And with all that said and done, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining me for the latest rendition of No Holds Barred. Hopefully I'll be able to figure out this formula later on, but that will come with time and practice. I'll see you around.